What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Until There's a Cure's interview series. My name's Drew, and today I'm joined by special guest Daequan Taylor. How's it going, DQ?
Hello, how y'all doing, everyone? I'm going good, man. Blessed every day, blessed. Count my blessings. How are you?
Pretty good, I'm just chilling out here in Cali.
Yeah, that's life. That's the life.
Yeah. All right. So let's just start at the beginning of your journey. What was it like growing up in Hampton, Virginia?
All right. So growing up in Hampton, Virginia, pretty much it was like for me, it was a mixture. So like I'm from Hampton, Virginia, but it's summarized into the 7 5 cities or 757. It's 7 cities surrounding one area. So I'm mostly from Hampton and Newport News. Well, downtown Newport News. Grew up mostly raised to like elementary, really in downtown Newport News. Then like middle school, high school, that's when I like got my personality, like your real friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's when I lived in Hampton. It was pretty off and on, man. I'm from an area people will label it the hood. It's very bad. People die. Many of my close friends have died at young ages. I've seen many things that I would hope no other kid from my age has seen at such young ages. It was just rough, man. I can't lie, it was rough. And then I wasn't like I grew up like my stepfather and my mother before she passed away. Like I grew up kind of I don't want to say well off, but I grew up taken care of, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
And like I never really had to. It might have not been Jordans or it might not have been the latest things, but I had shoes, I had clothes, I had food.
Yeah.
And then after that, like my mom got sick. When she got sick, my stepfather lost his job, and then that's when times really started getting rough, like rough.
Hmm. Um, what did you use like as an outlet to kind of get yourself away from the situation that you were in?
My mom passing, honestly. My mom passing, my friends passing, and just my environment, man. I would literally sometimes like, because I've been to Cali like pretty much my whole life. I thought I was gonna be the standard, either go to like we have like the shipbuilding where we're from, like the Northrop Grumman. We have like a huge, like I think that's like one of the headquarters in our area. I thought I was either gonna be shipyarding or military. And then like when I tried the military and I couldn't go because they said I was a liability because of my ear. I was just like, oh man. And then my friend just hit me, was like, hey, you trying to come to junior college with me in California? And then like first time, just you live in California, first time just being from nothing going to California, and I'm just like, oh wow, it's more to the world, to like
Yeah.
messing that up and then getting sent back home. I'm just like, nah, I got to get up out of here because I know it's more to the world and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So
All right. I know that you play a lot of sports and like sports are a huge part of your life. So who are kind of your like idols growing up and who you like look to?
um that's a tough question. Like I did sports, so pretty much I played football. I've been playing football my whole life since like age 6. Now it's not. I don't think I missed a year. Um, Pretty much, I would say I'm a defensive guy. My
Hmm.
favorite is hard. It's really hard. I would say my favorite players are, or favorite role models growing up would probably be, of course, Patrick Peterson. It had to be Patrick Peterson. Um, Charles Wilson, and probably Jalen, like just of the new school, Jalen Ramsey. Those are my top dudes. Patrick Peterson, if you know Patrick Peterson, he's a lockdown corner all
Yeah.
day. Charles Woodson was more on the side of like I liked him because he was an athlete. He was versatile. Like he could play corner, he could play safety, he could play strong safety, he could play nickel. And then
Hmm.
like Jalen Ramsey was just like, a kid. I think he's younger than me actually, but kid around my age that's like was on the same mindset and the same like ability as Charles Wilson and stuff. So like that really was nice. That's really it. And then like for my area, like it wasn't really a role model, but it was just like I have big time athletes. Like one of my closest friends, I was recently just with him this weekend, Trenton Cannon. He plays for the Panthers.
Hmm.
I'm from the area. Is Mike Vick, seeing Michael Vick all the time, seeing Allen Iverson all the time. It's just like like it was just like, oh, okay, it's like it's a chance. So it's like all that was like motivation and having so many friends go to big schools and D1s and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's dope. Who's your team in the NFL?
Oh, all day, baby. Colts
Oh,
all day, every day. Colts. You feel me? And luck we trust. I don't care what they say. Everybody was booing him. He did what's best for his health.
hmm.
Colts all day. Luck. Manning. Now we just got Wentz. I hope he brings some winning mentality like he did to the Eagles, and let's get
Mhm.
this show on the road. You know,
Wait, but why the Colts?
the Colts. I was weird because all of everybody asked that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was more of like I can't lie. I kind of like switched my team. Like from as long as I remember to about like third grade, I was in love with the Falcons. So pretty much
Yeah.
once all that stuff happened and like Michael Vick got in trouble, like I abandoned them because I wasn't a Falcons fan. I felt like I was just a Michael Vick fan, you know.
Yeah.
So like when all that stuff happened, I was like, all right, whatever. And then like I don't know, for some reason I just started liking the Colts. Like Peyton, I'm talking about the old Colts like Peyton Manning, Joseph Adai, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Bob Sanders, Dwight Freeney, like the
Yeah.
old Colts. And
Legends.
yeah, like I fell in love with their chemistry. I fell in love with everything about them. And then the coach Tony Dungy and everything. It was just like I knew everybody. I knew everything about them, and I just loved them. And plus, like blue's like kind of like my second favorite color. So their
Yeah.
uniforms and everything. I love their uniforms. And plus, they're winners too. You know, who doesn't want to who doesn't like
Sometimes.
winners?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Who's your favorite team?
I mean, I'm a Niners fan because I'm out here in the Bay.
Now you're only saying that because you're from San Francisco, man.
Yeah, but it's like I gotta support my team.
Yeah, I used to stay there actually around the corner from the Levi Stadium when I lived in San Jose for a little bit.
That's dope. Because
Yeah,
I used to go down to some of the 49ers games and just watch them play. You know, back when they were like trash and kind of like seeing them progress from being like a 2-14 team, like not too long ago, to the
yeah.
Super Bowl. That was crazy.
Garoppolo, you got. Well, I tell everybody, y'all got to think Tom Brady, then think Garoppolo, because Garoppolo was crafted and molded by Tom Brady. So that's
Yeah.
why he gave you all that winning and all that stuff. But yeah,
Uh,
you guys are. And then you guys just got that new quarterback, right? That
yeah. Trey Lance.
yeah, hurry
From
Julie
the
brother.
draft. He
Yeah,
looks good, but it's really hard to tell with college players, especially because he played in like the FCS and
yeah,
at like North Dakota State, so it's kind of hard to tell.
yeah.
But
We're gonna definitely see this season.
yeah. All right. So college. Why did you choose to go to Gallaudet over like the traditional route of going to like uh yeah, just like a classic college?
I would say it's my situation. Like I tell everyone this, like my head coach, Coach Chuck, he hates when I say this, but pretty much like my senior year of high school, they contacted me, the old defensive coordinator, Coach Davis. And
Mhm.
then like I told everyone, like I was on teams with like my friend Trent Cannon, who played he was HBCU running back of the year or something like that for
Yeah.
Division two running back of the year. I played with people like Terrence Ricks, who played at ODU, who like was like he won the best linebacker award in like all D1. Like I was just playing. So like seeing all these big names, then my other friend I'm living, like I stayed with down my roommate, he went to VMI, signed D1 letters. And then like I'm actually like I'm not on their level, but I'm actually playing like I could play. And like just to get a D3 offer, I was just like, I'm not taking this. So like I literally remember the first letter from Guy that I balled up and threw it away. My coach was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm not going 3D. I'm not going D3, man. I'm way better than D3, whatever." And then I went to junior college. Like I said, I went to Foothill.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
I went.
flip.
Yeah, I played for Foothill. I played for football. I played for Foothill 2014 season. But I didn't play. I tried to play, but I couldn't afford school, so I had the gray shirt. But yeah, I was out in San Jose, San Francisco area, 2014. Like right after I graduated that June, I was out there for the summer and that whole. Well, I think I moved back like that December or something like that, right before it
Yeah.
became 2015. So I went out there to JUCO, and then like I was competing. I had it. I could have stayed. I would have easily went D2 somewhere easily, but I just couldn't afford it. I didn't have no financial background, like no support or anybody from anything. I was just literally out there trying to live in San Jose, California, work and be a full-time college football player, full-time student, and work at Target. I was working at Target at the time. It just wasn't enough or whatever. So I
Yeah.
went back home. Then when I went back home, like I said, my environment, my one of my friends just passed away, and everything was just happening. And then like one of my boys was like, "Yo, bro, you ever thought about just going back to deaf school?" And I was just like, "Oh, he was like, you ever thought about going to that one school or whatever?" And I was just like, "What school?" He was like, "The one that hit you up." And I was just like, "I don't know, but let me see if they still interested." And then I just remember Coach Chuck emailing me randomly. It's crazy because me and my friend were talking about it. Then literally Coach Chuck emailed me. The head coach emailed me like probably like 2, 3 weeks later, he was like, "Hey man, are you still interested in football?" And I was just like, "Wow, okay, I guess this is God telling me like, bro, go." And
Yeah.
then I was like, "I don't know, man. I might come for a visit." Went on a visit, and then I was just overwhelmed, bro, with all the sign languages and everything. I ain't gonna lie, like when you go on campus, being from my area to go to something like that, I was just like, "What the heck?" Like this
Yeah.
is. And I don't know. I went for a visit. He asked me, he's like, "You like it?" I was like, "Yeah." Came up there for like a camp, like, or not like a camp, but like a program for like new signers.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I just stayed ever since. And then like I had friends help me teach me sign language, and football was pretty cool. And then I mean I tore my ACL, but it's pretty cool. But I don't know. I ask myself that all the time because I literally could have went to any other school. Like I could have went to school like Virginia State with a lot of my friends went to. I could have went to ODU with a lot of friends my friends went to. I could have went to HU or NSU. Like my grades and all that were good, but
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It was like me and Gayu that just found each other for some reason. It was weird. It was so weird.
What is like the social scene at Gayu Day? Because I know you like talked a lot about it in your show that you're part of Def U, but like what is that kind of like?
What do you mean like social scene? Like how do we interact?
Yeah, no, but like how did you kind of like adjust from being at Foothill to then Gayu Day?
football team and just the different varieties, bro. Honestly, everyone's not fully deaf. Everyone's like it's I can't even it's hard to explain literally the different types of deaf. You'll have to literally go to the school for a year and be like, okay, I understand now. But it's just I had people helping me, man. And they were so cool. Like they were so cool. It's like just because I didn't know their language, it wasn't like get out of here, blah blah blah. It was more of like, no, it's fine if you don't understand me. Like they're willing to take it slow. Uh, and yeah, and then of course like the females, females are beautiful, so they
Mhm.
were helping me. It's like once I realized like, okay, I gotta learn sign language to communicate, like I had that pushed me even more. But it was just honestly just football warmed you up because you got a whole camp before you have a whole month with like deaf football players and deaf people, like, and everyone before the actual everyone gets on campus, so you got time to warm up a little bit. But it's still different because when everybody gets on campus, it's like totally different because everything is in sign language. Like it. My first year was I was just very overwhelmed, but I got through it. So
Mhm. Um, what was filming Def U like? Like, what was that experience of filming like a TV show with like Netflix and like being on these like massive platforms?
everyone's experience is different. Mine's, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You're about to get the first one to get this answer. Mine's, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was exhausting, man. Because it was my last semester in college. So like people don't even know. Like I literally had like 5 jobs on top of being a full-time student, on top of having a girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
on top of like trying to figure out exactly what I'm about to do when I graduate in these few months. So like mine's is exhausting because like my schedule would be like on it. Say it's like today, my schedule for today would be like I would have to wake up at like 7 a.m. Wake up at 7 a.m. Be in my first class probably by like 8 a.m. After my first class, if I got like a little 35 to hour minute break in between, I'm going to film or shoot something with Netflix. After I go film and shoot something with them, now I got to go run to my next class. Go run to my next class. After I run to my next class, now I got to finish that. Go finish filming with Def U again, then run back to my dorm, take a quick shower, grab some food, get dressed, run to work. After I go to work at Trader Joe's or wherever I had to work that night, one of my jobs, I'll get off work, do homework. Once I do homework for a little bit, I have a girlfriend, so I have to force myself to stay up, ask about her day, how's things going with her, can't neglect her. Then after that, like I'll go to sleep, then I wake up and I was doing that literally for like 2, 3 months straight, just nonstop. Like
Yeah.
it was very I was exhausted. But the experience, like everything else, it was good, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was very different. First time I ever took a 30-minute flight in my life. I've caught a flight from DC to New York, fastest flight ever of my life. Yeah. Uh, um, and I mean, it was just awesome, like just getting to see like how me getting them because that was like I was talking to the producer, like we got treated like good, but like we got treated like in the 1 percentile. Like celebrities and like real actors and movie stars, they get treated amazing, bro. Like when I say they get treated amazing, like there'll be some places like I will be chilling and they'll be like, yeah, order what you want or drinks on us. eat on us. I'm just like, what? And it's like these are like high end places, so I'm just like, well, okay, you know. So it was really it's hard to say exactly how that experience was. I just know I was exhausted though. I was just so exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Literally.
mean, your schedule is crazy with the jobs and the school and the girlfriend. It's like a balancing act.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
don't
keep
forget I was a
up.
senior. So like I had like my full like my senior internship on top of all that too. So like bro, I was worn out for a while. I was worn out for a while.
And then after college, what did you end up doing? Like, what did you pursue? Where are you at right now?
Okay, so after college, I did the most weirdest thing that nobody ever did. I moved to a small place in Indiana called Kokomo. I know you probably never heard of it. Anyone's probably never heard of it. I moved out there. Pretty much, my uncle was like a manager at this place, and like I said, like I didn't have much support. And this is not like a blood uncle. This is pretty much like a close friend growing up. Like he let me stay at his house, and like his family pretty much became my family.
Yeah.
uh he was like a good manager, had a good high position at this warehouse in
Mhm.
Kokomo. So I just moved out there for a little bit to just save, you know, get on my feet, bought my car, got to live on my own for a little bit, pay some bills, got what it felt like to be an adult for like 6 months. um then I got bored because it was in a small town. I didn't know no one, and I literally just went from school having fun with friends almost all the time to not knowing anyone, just going to work, coming home from
Yeah.
work, coming home from work. So after like 6 months, I say about like right after the show released in October, I moved back to DC area like November. Um, have moved out here, moved out, have fun, and then like right now, I just work. I have a few jobs out here. I worked for this one like a cryotherapy place, pretty much, just like front desk receptionist staff.
Hmm.
But right now, I my current job is I am a trusted referee at ID.me. Pretty much, I just pretty literally what we're doing now. Once we get out here, I got to go to work and do this. But pretty much, I just meet with people online like this, compare personal information to the information they give, look at some documents, and just like give them additional steps and stuff like that. Send them on their work. It's pretty much like customer service in a way,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
And
And then
I know that you got, or I mean, obviously you're involved with Until There's a Cure. So
yeah.
I was wondering like why this cause is like important to you and like what it means to you to be affiliated with Until There's a Cure.
Okay. The real reason why, like, I'm really all in with this organization, this nonprofit organization, is because it applies to me personally. Most people don't know. So, like, my mother died from AIDS.
Mhm.
When she died from AIDS, it wasn't like it was, and I wasn't aware. Literally, I didn't find out. Like, I'm giving you an exclusive right now, man. What's your name? Drew, right? It's Drew, right?
Yeah.
Drew, I'm giving you an exclusive right now
All
because
right.
like I tell people parts of the story, but I'm giving
Yeah.
you an exclusive right now. So pretty much like I didn't find out my mother had AIDS until literally I would say going into my junior year or going into maybe my senior year of college or
Mhm.
whatever. All right. So, but let me remind you, my mother passed when I was 14, so seventh grade year of middle school. You feel me? So
Yeah.
this was it's been a while since I knew the truth. So pretty much like I was back home. My sister finally, they just came out of the blue and just told me. I guess they felt like I was ready. I was old enough. They just because I'm the youngest. I guess they thought I was gonna crush me or whatever. But they
Hmm.
finally told me, so I'm just like baffled. Like, wait, what? Oh my god! Whole time I thought I've been lying to my friends, telling them cigarettes, heart attack. You know, like what
Yeah.
y'all telling me. But yeah, pretty much my mom died. Seventh grade. Pretty much she was dating someone. She was dating my father, my biological father. They didn't work out. They went their separate ways. She dated somebody in between before she got to my stepfather. Then she started dating my stepfather. And then when she started dating my stepfather, well, you know, right, marriage came up. So before marriage, they talks about getting tested and everything, of course. Boom.
Mhm.
When they got tested, come to find out she had AIDS because the guy that she talked to right after my father, I guess he had it. They talked for a little bit and then he just disappeared. So that's why he just disappeared and didn't even let her know.
Yeah.
So then it was just like my mom died from AIDS and I just connected with it. And I just see that Interior Cur is just honestly just all so pro about like finding ways and solutions supporting people with AIDS. Cause I honestly wish like my mother would have had that a little bit, you know, like
Yeah.
we didn't really have no support. Like I had to, and then on top of it, like another exclusive I'm about to tell you, like most people don't know, like I literally watch my mother die slowly from this every day. Like my stepfather would be at work and he actually lost his job because he would sneak away on breaks to come home and like check on her because I'll be in middle school. So literally I'm waking up in the morning seeing my mother die slowly on the living room pull out couch because she's not strong enough to even walk upstairs. And
Mhm.
then I would feel bad because like I don't know what it is about AIDS. I need to learn more about the disease itself. But like literally to the point, man, she couldn't walk or anything, bro. So like I would be imagine just being at not trying to get too gruesome and gross, but I would be at school all day. So while I'm at school all day, my stepfather's at work. Like no one's there to help her to the restroom, so she would have the adult diapers on. But after a while, like she would have to yeah,
Yeah.
lay there and sit there and that. So like I felt bad, and then I I would come home and just watch her. I just seen firsthand exactly what it can do to someone. So if
Yeah.
it's anything I can do, like the little bit of platform and everything I have to help solve that and make sure no one else goes through that, I will, and I'm with that 100%. So I just seen it firsthand, and
Yeah.
it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
A quick little side note. Are you watching the NBA finals right now?
Nah, bro. You know what's crazy? Like, man, I'm so busy, bro. I haven't seen TV or nothing in a while, bro. Like, I have like literally, I have, once I'm done working, like, I don't know, bro. My life is just, since the show, bro, my life is just taking off. Like, my friends call me every weekend. Like, I'm either doing something or I'm at work. And then when I'm not at work, I'm like sleeping. And then if I'm not sleeping, I'm like reading or like something to, better myself, give myself, self worth, studying something new or something like that. But last time I checked, I heard like, it was the Bucks and the Suns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I just heard Giannis. I heard Giannis messed up his leg or something.
Yeah. So what happened was that he like messed up his leg in the previous round, and then he came back for this whole series. The Suns were up 2-0, and then they lost 3 games in a row to the Bucks. So the Bucks are up 3-2.
What? Oh, the series is crazy. When's the 'cause, yeah, they just had a game on last night. No, not last night. Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say because my friends were watching it when we were out. I seen them watching it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. So this is game six right now. Game
Yeah.
seven.
Game 6 today.
Game six today. They be playing so close back to back. They just had a game Saturday. That's crazy. They
Yeah.
get one day off. That's wild.
Yeah. And it's like I don't know. It's just like super interesting because it's like the Suns. Like who would have thought that the
Yeah,
Sun?
that's how I knew. Like I think that's the reason why I kind of didn't want to watch it because I'm like the Suns, what? And then
Yeah.
they're talking about like how CP3 is going crazy. I'm just like, wait, that doesn't even sound real. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Because it's like we're so used to like super teams. Like this.
Yeah, like exactly. I was surprised. Like when they first, I knew that this is why I'm not watching the finals, bro. When they first told me Braun was out in like the first or second round, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. If LeBron's out, that's so weird. Like
Yeah.
he's always goes like to the finals or the semifinals or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. But I would like to end this interview with one lighthearted question. If
Sure.
you had to be isolated on an island for 1 month, what 3 things would you bring and why?
Island for 3 months. What three things I would bring and why? Water and food. Need both of those to
Yeah.
survive. And then I would say the last thing I would bring is I could bring anything in the world.
Yeah. Anything.
I probably bring either a hotel or a resort so I can live comfortably, live comfortably on the island, and then water and food, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I can live alone. I would actually like that, honestly.
Yeah. Just chilling out in the resort.
Yeah, bro, that'd be so cool. Like, what? On a resort, on an island, I got everything I need, and I'm there only for 1 month. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I could survive for 1 month doing that
Mm-hmm. All
easily.
right. Thank you so much for your time. It was super fun talking to you.
No problem, man. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.